And one fish, two fish, and one fish, two fish, and one red fish, blue 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 fish, and one red fish. All right, sound check is good. I think I took a peek in on the YouTube. It was sounding fine. It is Memorial Day. I don't feel it. I don't feel it's right to say Happy Memorial Day. That's not quite the way you should be doing it. Here in the United States, where we honor those and remember those that gave their lives fighting for the United States of America. So there you go. Yo, Charles is in the house. I'm going to do a little bit of work on mats, and then I'm going to take a look at what I've got set up for 1950s. And I was checking, and I've got an awful lot of that outfit already done from like years ago. Apparently, I have modeled an M1 Garand at one point, so I think we'll probably we'll probably start seeing what sort of elements I've got and what I need to do. Um, but anyhow, I want to finish up some mats I was working on earlier, so I'm going to torture you with that. I'm doing the map files for the Cyber neon outfit. I think I just have to do the main mats for the headpiece, and then I'm gonna do the wear and the tear with LIEs because it's gonna work out a little easier to do. So we're doing that. So, but unfortunately, LIEs are kind of slow to work with, but it does mean I don't have to have everything duplicated as a worn version. So there is that. The way the tubes are working, I wanted to do it with LIEs as opposed to trying to set up worn materials. That's what I was thinking. And where was I? So the last thing I did was I finished up the tails. I think I redid the UVs on my headpiece. I got the shoes done. I got the main thing done. We might render out the thumbs with these. Hey, Rod, how are you doing? And how's Joe doing, too? It's Rod Shelley. I hope you're able to relax on this Memorial Day. Our weather's actually not bad. It is overcast, but it's 72 and it isn't raining at the moment. So we're going to call that a win after rain the last 3 days and in the 50s. In the 50s actually isn't that bad because it means I don't actually have to run the air conditioners. There's that. And thanks for the shout out for Rod there, Charles. We're doing map files. I'm going to I think I redid. So I'm going to reload the crown, the headpiece, because I redid the UVs to do some stupid LIE tricks later on. So I'm going to reload in and we're going to resave. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to save that as a map file. And we'll use that as the base for the others. Material preset. You know what I just started as? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut down the content management system. So we can do this without having to wait forever for everything. She's doing okay today. Her ankle seems to be getting better. Oh, good. She can walk without the walker for. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. All right, let's save that as a material file. Cyber neon headpiece. And this is the blue and the purple, so I'm going to put that right there. Headpiece, blue and purple. And I'll just check and make sure. I think we're all good on that. Okay, I'm gonna update this. I'm gonna do the map files first, and then we're gonna save it out. But what am I doing? I'm gonna import because I redid the UV mapping on this just a little bit, so that was kind of why. Because I didn't like what I had going on. That's why. Oh, you're fitted to. That's right. You're supposed to be the hot chick shape. All right, dialing hot chick. There we go. Um, there's two in here somewhere. Let's see where the other one is. That one right there. I want to move you just a little bit out of the way. And then I want to just double check. You know what? We're going to look at the UVs on these things. I want to make sure my materials look good. So that checks out. We're just going to come over here and go to UV view. And that is a hot mess, but I think it's a little bit of a different hot mess than the other hot mess. So I'm going to select that one. And to get this to update, we have to click out and click back. You know, that looks similar. It's probably okay. I'm still going to save the other one. All right, we're going to set this up for our there's 8 versions of this we're doing. We're going to start with whatever this was. Should be, we just saved it somewhere, right? Something in here should say headpiece. Right there, right there. All right, looks good. And to do this, you know what? We're going to copy and paste from the tail. Did I resave the tail? I did not resave it. God damn it. You, I don't need anymore. Come on, select, delete. I have to resave my tail, and I didn't, I forgot to do that when I was working on it earlier today. That one, that right there. Gonna accept that. There's the tail. I'm gonna actually just move the, you know what, we're just gonna actually, yeah, we're gonna save the tail. We have, where's my blue and purple tail? Accept. There we go. I like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste other things, but we want to save that out, or resave that out over here, in here, in here, in here, and right there. And I'm going to overwrite that. Exist. Would you like to replace it? Okay, before I do that, we're going to wipe out the old data folder for it, and then save this. We are in Burlesque. Cyber Neon data. Me, Cyber Neon. And I'm going to delete the headpiece, and I'm going to delete the tail, and we're going to resave those. Is good. All right. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Cyber Neon. I can't set any of this stuff because we've turned off the CMS. And I'm going to resave. I'm going to parent you and resave you to the head. And this is going to be headpiece G9. Headpiece G9. Okay. Oh, you know what? No. Is it still there? It's still there, right? I can just do that. I'm going to say yes, but I forgot to do something. All right, we're going to pop back into here real quick. Oh, that's all cool. We're good. What about the tail? Then the tail's probably cool too. Edit scene identification. Looking good. I wanted to just say Cyber Neon tail right there. A lot of times it'll have extra garbage here, but not today. So we're cool. All right, so I'm going to apply these and copy those settings over to this one. So it's a little tedious, but here we go. Am I in my materials? I am. We'll start with the black neon. It's just basically a metallic black. And I'm going to select you. And this way I have both up here. We're just going to copy the glass from this right here. Paste it to these glasses, which just basically makes it shiny metallic black in this case. And then I'm just going to copy one of the neons, which is basically just not glowing, and it's on the inside, so you should never see it. And I forgot to copy that. I went to all the trouble to do that, and then I forgot to copy it. Just paste that there. And I'm also going to make sure my color is set to black. I'm also going to crank up the metallicity on that. One of these you can see on the outside, I think. Should be good. All right, file, material preset, headpiece, black. And that should be okay. We'll just double check and make sure we don't have any settings in there. All right, is good. I'm going to reset that back to purple and black. And is this, What color are you? Oh, good. You're black and you're not emissive. Why do you look like you're white? I'm going to check something. No, I'm not. No, I better check it now before I regret it later. Yeah, they're black. Okay, they're fine. They're fine. I went the wrong way. All right, we're going to switch you back. Texture shaded. I'm going to select that and we're going to apply. So we're done with the black. We're done with this. We'll do the gold. So for the gold, I'm just going to copy the glass and apply it to both of these glasses. Some of them have different colors, some of them are the same. In this case, the insides and the outsides are the same color for the gold. You're not supposed to be. Dang it, dang it. Not that it makes a difference because it's an emissive, but still. It's just messing with my sense of order, man. All right, looks good. Let's save that. That's the headpiece in gold. All right, select you. Apply the green, which has got yellow on the insides. So we're going to copy that glass to this glass. Copy this one. That is like an inner piece to this inner piece. Then we're going to get the neon. Paste that one there. And then I need one of the inner neons, which should be, you are supposed to be yellow. You are glass. That's my problem. Copy that. And we're going to put that one right in there. And we'll just do a quick render, see how we're looking. Looking good. I think the emitter inside a glass tube looks really nice. It gets kind of blown out, but that's fine. That's fine. All right. You look a little. I'm going to double check. That glass may not be. Oh, and I lost the other one. I want you and you. Come back over here. That glass. Are you glassy? No, you're neon-y. I pasted the wrong thing. That's what's going on. See, that's glassy. That's better. And then this neon-y actually goes there. I'm rationalizing why I keep rendering. So I can spot things that were wrong. See, that's better. Before it just looked pure white because it was emitting. That looks so much better. All right, we're happy with that. And we got to save that now that we've done that. Material preset. Headpiece. I'm just going to call this one green. Save that. Accept that. All right. We're going to do gold next. That should have applied. I don't know if that applied or not. Let's check. That looks like gold. In gold, I'm just going to use on all of it. The base color doesn't really matter, but it just freaks me out a little bit. So we're just going to, and then paste that. You know what? I am going to fix that. There, that's a little better. I'll have to go back and resave the tail, I guess. And am I saving these? I already had the headpiece in gold. These aren't getting saved because I have the wrong thing selected. Because I have both of these selected. That's annoying. Let me see if I can do it. All right, let's try this. I probably have to deselect and reselect. That's the problem. So these are all wrong. We're going to fix that. I don't need that base. I need this. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. All right, let's save you. Actually, let me make sure I have the right thing selected. All right, this is the green. All right, does the gold get saved? Gold was saved. Green and the yellow is now saved. Yay. Okay, what's up next? Gold, green, pink. And the pink just has one color on both. So I can do this for both the glasses. And then we can just grab any of the neons and copy and just paste that these two neons. And now we've got the pink. All right, select you and save. Right there. Call that pink, headpiece pink. All right, up next is the red, which has got red on the outside and yellow on the, or gold on the inside. Actually, to do that, I'm going to put the gold on this. And then we just need to change the red parts to red. Copy that. Put that on that one there. And then I need a red neon. And that just bothers me, so I'm going to just change it. Doesn't do anything meaningful, but all right, we'll double check that. I think that's looking fine. My gold looks a little yellow, but that's to be kind of expected of the something that illuminates. Where are we at? We got the silver and we got the white. They're both practically the same. Silver's a little blue. We'll just here, we'll do that. Copy. This gets applied to both glasses. And same with the neons. All right, now I can save you. I think I better make sure I select it and save. And I'm going to double check. Did I save my red? See, I did all that and I forgot to save the freaking red. Damn it. I think I can undo back to that. So here's hoping that we can. Material preset. There we go. I'm calling you silver, even though you're just basically a light blue. Should be good. All right, let's see how far I can undo. Z, Z. There we are. We're back. I think. Are you good? You're good? You're good? Yeah, we're good. We're good. And material preset. I'm just going to call this red. And then we'll do the white one. Then I have to do the LIEs for the dirt. I actually have them made already. Yo, it's Daps to Dan. How you doing, Dan? Dan should be streaming tonight, isn't that right? You do Mondays and Thursdays? I am working on a neon cyber showgirl outfit. I'm currently doing materials for the headpiece. And I'm going to do the white. So I'm going to reapply the silver. And basically the difference between silver and white is everything is just white. So that I can just manually set up like this instead of copying and pasting. So that's good for the glass. The neon has 3 things. I'm just going to make white. That. Thanks for that shout out, Mr. Charles. You the man. It was a crazy day today. Working a bakery on Memorial Day. We're doing a test render just to see if we're looking good. We're looking good. It's supposed to do that. All right, I'm gonna do the dirty stuff now. We're gonna do it for this, and then we're gonna set up. So we're setting up LIEs to do dirt on this. This is a little blown out. I'm gonna tweak the settings until we can kind of see this a little bit better. So I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna come over here into render settings, and I'm just gonna crank that adjustment value up so that we can see kind of what's going on in here a little bit better. We're basically just tweaking the adjustment or the exposure so I can kind of get a feel for what I'm doing when I put the dirt on it. All right, now we're going to do the tedious dirt part. And we're just going to do it to the glass on the outside. Because you don't really get dirty emitters on the inside, so we're going to leave them alone. Except for this right here. You know what? I'm going to ignore you because you're kind of black. But we're just going to do this, and I'm going to do... So we got no metallicity. We don't have to worry about that. I'm going to tweak the base color. We're going to do this as a layered image. We're going to go to the layer image editor. I'm just going to load in, add a new image. We are working on the headpiece, which I think is, I stuck in the outfit over here. So that's my mask. I got to tweak my mask still. So I'm going to open that in Photoshop. I'm going to get this in here like this. But then we're just going to, I'm going to open that in Photoshop. Open with, there it is. And I'm going to invert it. I think. Is that what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm just going to adjust the levels on this, I think. We'll see. I need to get better contrast in that. So I'm just going to crank that over there. Maybe pull you down a little bit. Maybe pull you over a little. Actually, I want less white. I want the white to peg out the white. But I want a bit more black in here. I think I'm going to be happy with that. This is going to be a mask, I think. Or is this just my... No, this isn't. I'm going to invert it. Actually, it doesn't make any difference. It's kind of dirty. Did I hit save on that? All right, we're going to put that away. I'm going to cancel this. Okay, in here. You know what? I'm going to remove that and re-add it. And I'm just going to add that. And I got to adjust these so that it lines up. 4096. It went to 512 and my image is 4096, so we're going to set that up to match. And we won't see this just yet. It will come into effect a little bit later. At least that's the plan. Glossy color. I'm going to do an LIE for the glossy color with what we just did. Layer image editing. So we're going to add an image layer using this as a glossy color. Oh, I got to remember to set this to 4096. And our transparency is being driven by the refraction. So we're going to tweak the refraction mixing. Although you kind of see the, just changing the glossy color makes a big difference. That just really makes it look dirty, doesn't it? I'm also going to tweak the refraction weight. And I think, nope, that's good. That's good. I think this is going to go to plan. And I'm going to do that as a layered image. Yada, yada, yada. And we'll do the same thing. Add an image layer. Add that. Make sure to set that so that's the right size. Accept that. In normal lighting, this will probably get blown out, but this is what I'm looking for, so it looks kind of dirty. All right, we're gonna save you as an LIE image preset. There we go. And I'm just gonna put it right here. I'm gonna say headpiece LIE Orn. Am I spelling piece wrong? Headpiece LIE Orn. And we only made LIEs on the glass parts, so that's all my only options I'm getting there. Should be good. We're going to double check it. Here, I'll put the gold on. We'll come back over here. We'll apply the LIE. Fingers crossed that it works. It takes a little, it can be a little low and slow in loading. Okay, so it loaded. There it goes. There we are. Looks dirty. Okay, now I need to do this for the tail. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh no, I'm too far away. Oh, you know what? I probably don't have the tail selected. I was trying to do that. All right, now I'm going to switch back over to Iray because I kind of need to have Iray running while I'm doing this. I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm going to make this dirty and the tubes dirty. And we'll do that with an LIE, layered image editor overlay, mixing our current color with just the dirt on top. So to do that, we're going to come into here. I'm just going to grab all the glass like that, and we'll do that first the same way we just did the other one. So, you know what? I'm going to leave the base color alone. I'm going to mix this in with the glossy color, I think. No, I need the base color to mix too. And I'm going to do, you know what? I'm just going to do the same thing I did last time. Just add, that's the wrong one though. I've got one over here for this one. I have to tweak that though. I want to get the contrast better on that so it looks better. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like a dark mess. Open with Photoshop. So we're just going to zoom in. These are the emitters, so we're ignoring them. I'm kind of looking at these little things. I just smart mapped this. So it's a hot mess, but we can, in Substance Painter, I used triplanar mapping so it looks smooth. So just do a Control M, bring up our curves, get that punched up, and then we'll just kind of take the black. I think the black is what I end up. I think that's going to be good. All right. Save that. I'm going to go ahead and close Photoshop again. All right, we're better with this now. Get that in here. Oh yeah, and I gotta remember, this is probably what was screwing me up earlier in the day, is I kept forgetting to do the sizing. And then I'm wondering why it isn't looking right. Okay, so we've changed the color. It's mixing this with that base color underneath it. So we're not really seeing... The glossy color is what gives us a lot of what we're seeing here. The base color, not so much. $40.96 by $40.96. Look, I remembered. Add the image layer. There we go. Accept that and impatiently wait. There we go. I'm going to dial this back a little bit just to see how we're doing. Hey, Willie, how are you doing? We're doing LIE dirt layers to make my neons look like they're dirty neons. That looks good. I still need to do the... I'm still going to put the Actually, do I even need the refraction value? I am going to do the refraction value too. Or the refraction weight. Because that's what drives our visibility. Layer image editor. We're just going to add an image. Wait, change that to 4096. Match the map size. Get my map in here. Do that. And accept that. Oh no, I loaded it in as a mask. Oh no, I did that wrong. We got to go back and fix it. Can I just undo you? And then come back? Yep, there we go. I did it as a mask instead of an image. I need to do it as an image. So add an image layer. That's what I meant to do. Okay, should be good. You probably, yeah, you can see a little bit of a difference. Made it even look dirty. And I got to do dirt on this thing right here. That's the tail base. That's what all the tubes plug into. So we're going to adjust its color. So here, we'll start up here. We'll adjust the metallicity using our map. We'll adjust the base color using our map. And we'll adjust the roughness. I'm trying to think how I want to do the roughness. I think I know how to do the. I'm gonna do an invert of the map for the roughness. So anyhow, we're gonna start with this layered image editor. Set our image size. Oh no, I've got a map in here that's 1K. You know what? I should make you. I need 1K versions of this. I should have saved these as 1K. Dag nabbit. We can fix it. We can fix it. I'm on the tail, right? I'm going to open this with the image resizer and just make it 1024. Whoops. I'm not going to overwrite the file, but we'll change the name. That one right there, we're going to call that 1K. 1K JPEG should be good. Back over into here. Okay, now I'm going to add. So I'm going to set you to be 1K. And we're going to get that in here. I think. Am I in the right program? Oh, there we go. I want to do this now. Not an image mask. Damn it. Add an image layer. That's what I want. I want this 1K one because this isn't 1K. Accept that. See, now it looks grungy. We're just going to blend that in with this. Layered image editor. I'm just going to plop it in here like this. Add an image layer. 1K. And it'll just make it just kind of blend the black and the white. So we'll just get like black spots. Make it look dirty. And also I want to do this with the glossy roughness, except I'm going to set that up and screen it in here. So what I need is, I'm thinking, yeah, I need an invert of this is what I need. Open with, and then I'm just going to open that with Photoshop. We're going to invert it, save it back as mask. Invert 1K. Damn it. I was setting my command while Photoshop was still whining. Oh, I wasn't able to open something. Yeah, right. Okay. Whatever, dude. Save as a copy. There we go. Invert. All We don't need you. No, we don't want to save that over that. Right, there's that. So what was I going to use that with? The roughness, the glossy roughness. I'm going to screen. I think I can set this to screen on top. Otherwise, the blacks become super shiny. And I only really just want the whites to not be shiny. We don't want to make it shinier than it is, but we want to make it less shiny. So to do that, we're going to screen this image in here. Add an image layer. So I want that inverted 1K. And then I think blend mode. Do I have a screen in here? I think that should work. Doesn't look like it screens though. Actually, it kind of did. I think I'm fine. It got lighter. I can't really see what's going on here, but I'm gonna hope I got that right. My daughter is following too. She says hi. Oh hi. Tell her howdy. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to say this is an LIE now. LIE, and then we'll double check it. Somewhere in here is layered image preset. There it is. This is the tail. And I think that's all good. We're only putting it on the base and the glass. We're not worrying about the emitters on the inside. All right, I think I'm good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come back here and we'll put one of the tail colors back on. We'll do the gold. And you can't really see the base because everything's really dark. Because I have it adjusted so I can see the lights better, and I'm not really worried about what this looks like. Although I probably should be. All right, there, we're applying our LIE. And now we have to wait because LIEs are so freaking fast. And hopefully it'll look dirty when we get done. It's still thinking. Dirty lies. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Dum, 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 dum. Come on. I did warn you that this would be slow. The fact that I'm also doing iRay on this while streaming at the same time is not helping things. LIE is a layered image editor. It allows you to go into a channel and blend other maps or effects in the Surface tab. So I'm using it to just add this to the existing color to make it look dirty. Oh, it's so slow. I'm going to qualify for Social Security, which actually isn't that far away before this gets done. But that's still more than a year. Take a nap. I know. Old man needs his nap. I don't need a nap. I'm doing my coke, man. I'm getting coked up. People do that on stream. They get paid to do that too, though. I haven't watched anybody doing a sleep stream. There we go. That looks dirty. You can see how all the dirt and grime on the top of the tubes is blocking all the light inside. I am happy with how that's looking. All right, we're going to call that good. All right, I'm going to move on. That's what I wanted to do with these. Um, I'm going to do the thumbnails later. Right now, I want to take a look at inventory, what I've got for making a 1950s uh, U.S. Army dude. I'm not going to be overly precise about it, but still. All right, we're going to turn. Let's get the stress off the system. We'll go back to texture shaded. Stop the render engine from. I don't know if you can hear the render engine pegging the fans in the background. Anyhow, this is coming along. Let me get the rest of this out. We can kind of show where we are with it. As of today, hopefully I'll get this done in the next couple of days. That was not, that was just a map file. So we have our suit. We have our Cyber Neon heels. Oops. We have our tail and we have our headpiece. Let's get you over here. Let's put the materials on. This is going to be the blue and purple is what's going to be my hero colors. So blue and purple on the headpiece. Blue and purple there. Blue and purple. And blue and purple on the shoes. I didn't select the shoes despite the fact I thought I clicked right on them. Let's just take a quick render here, see how we're doing. Oh, I might have to tweak the lights back to normal. I think I got my exposure really dark. But then you can see all the neon. So there's that. So while that's going on in the background, are you doing anything? Are you doing anything? How much would it cost to get a 1980s or modded sitting on an entertainment unit? Maybe with a stereo receiver? I don't know. Oh, modeled. How much would it cost you to model? I haven't been taking commissions because I take too long to do them. And I never feel like I'm charging enough. But for you, Dan, um, I don't know, probably 50. I would do it for you for 50. For you. You get this you get the special. Other than that, I'm not doing commissions. You explain what you accomplish. Okay. Are you thinking of updating your television on your stream or something? See, that's too black. What the hell? Am I behind something? Part of it might be just the render settings. I'm going to set you back to what I normally use. I could be stuck behind a light. That happens quite a bit. I occasionally find myself behind my giant parametric lights and then wonder, why can't I see anything? Oh, there's a light in front of me. Damn it. Oh, wait a minute. It's in a stereo receiver and a tape deck and old speakers. Probably more than 50. That's a lot of work, actually, now that I think about it. Sorry. My brain was just seeing the TV part. It's stuck. It's stuck. I'm gonna back out of that before I go crazy. Because it'll take me like a few hours on like each component, I would imagine. Maybe not. I don't know. Once I get into the groove. But there's that research. Anyhow, that's how the outfit's coming along. So I'm going to turn that back off. And we're going to inventory and kind of tweak with the vintage soldier stuff. And I'm going to collect it all here in my 1950s folder. And do I have like spiders? That's spiders. I don't want spiders. I want do I have vintage soldier in here? I'm going to put it in here somewhere. 50s combat dude. There it is. 50s combat dude. I started this a long time ago for Genesis 8 male. But we're going to do it for Genesis 9 instead. So currently we have the outfit started. And I got to start hunting down the pieces. Somewhere we did a canteen. So let me start organizing this stuff here. Yo, Sam, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to make a combat dude folder. Content directory manager. I'm working on a cyber showgirl outfit, but right now I was, but right now I'm kind of putting together a Hollywood retro U.S. Army dude, which I actually have a lot of parts already done, I've realized. You well? I am doing well, thanks. I hope the weather is treating you nice today. I'm not going to wish you a happy Memorial Day, but still. Um, I hope you're having a good Memorial Day. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I'm adding a folder. That's right. DAZ Studio formats. Add. We're going to come over here to projects. We are looking for the 50s and Combat Dude. I'm going to rehook up Combat Dude. Raining pretty hard. Oh, man. We had been raining pretty hard for the last few days. And in the 50s. Yay, summer. um, there we go. Except that we should get our new folder down in here somewhere. We'll start setting it up. I should probably call it something besides Combat Dude. Maybe just Vintage or Retro Soldier. I think Retro Soldier. You'll still explain it? All right, I might work on some of it on Saturday. We'll see. TV in the middle of the living room, looking at a sofa, and then when the stream is starting, it turns on and zooms in on the TV with the TV glass taking up a screen, and your camera would be in the TV. Oh, okay. I think I see what you're doing. Yeah. Vintage Soldier. Did that come out? That did come out. No, that didn't. There it is. And I actually have stuff set up in here. We're going to come back in here and rearrange this. Let's do that. Let's browse the folder location. All right, that's good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zip this up and then we're going to clean it out. 7-zip. Add to, and I'm going to call this old. And let's see what we have sitting in here right now. Do I have anything in here? I have nothing in here. It's a beautiful day here in KC. Wish it would rain. Oh, you feel guilty for not working. Oh, so if it rained, you wouldn't feel guilty going, oh, I can't work it on anyhow. This is my regularly scheduled lawn guy day. I don't know if he's going to come today or not. He might just take the day off, which is good for him. But then he's just got to make it up, which is hard when you're like self-employed like that. He gets behind. He just has to add those extra hours to another day somewhere. Oh, rough job. Um, all right, I'm going to rearrange. We're not going to do the Genesis 8 male. I think I'm not going to actually do this for Genesis 8 female either. I think we'll just do a G9. That's the way I'm leaning right now because it is basically a male outfit. Of course, because it's G9, you should be able to get it on the female. Uh, and let's go shopping at Daz and just see what we have as far as soldiers go for products. And what's on sale today, Daz? It's the Memorial Day mega sale because that's how we celebrate things in America. We put shit on sale and try to sell it to you. Normal errands here. Instead of having the TV in the corner, it will be the TV zoomed in. Oh, thinking about phasing it out. Nobody really uses it. I get in there occasionally. We'll change the channels, but yeah, I can understand. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna close that banner because you don't need to see me being reminded that I gotta update stuff in my store. No, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna forget. If I close that, I'm gonna forget otherwise. Um, where's the search bar though? Oh, there it is. Store search. Let's say soldier. Did I spell soldier right? There's probably an L in there somewhere. This is one of those words I can almost never spell. And what if we say retro soldier? I like saying retro, but I might say vintage instead. 89 results. Retro aviator, retro outfit. That's Ripley. That's Battlestar Galactica. Retro. That doesn't even have retro in the name. I think retro soldier will work. Yep, we've got Nazis. Well, Wehrmacht. Not necessarily Nazis. Although a lot of them probably were. Not after the war. After the war, none of them were Nazis. But um, all right, we're moving along. You know what? I think retro. We're going to call it retro. Retro soldier. So here we're going to do a new. I need to grab my. Here we're going to come over here for a second. I'm going to pop into a template. I should have just. You know what? I should just grab the template and use it. Nah, I'm just going to come down here. I'm just going to copy you. Where's my copy when you need it? Let's try this again. There's copy. So I'm going to put that there. And what this does is it gives me clothing, me. This is the outfit. It gives me my material files. We're going to rename at this level here, instead of outfit, we're going to call it Retro Soldier. And basically the idea is these are the guys that get eaten by the spiders, the giant spiders, or vaporized by the UFOs. It's a hard job, I know, but somebody's got to be there to be vaporized by the alien invaders so you know what they're up to. Before Red Shirts and Star Trek, you had the Green Army men. Instead of telling you that the aliens were dangerous, they showed you. All right. Nothing says exactly. Mm-hmm. Um, are we good here? We're good here. All right. I'm gonna come back up here. We're gonna take a look at the whip folder. So we have this somewhere. I have combat boots. I don't think I'm gonna keep them, but I'm gonna hunt them down. Okay, so I got my handy dandy everything utility here. That makes it really easy to find everything on all my drives. However, I am going to do that on screen too. Combat boots for Genesis 8 female. That's Riversoft. That's Riversoft. I definitely have a pair in here somewhere. 50s combat boots. It's in my 50s whip folder, which is in the 50s. And we have a whip folder down here. And what do we got in here? Oh, look at this. We got a bunch of 50s Army stuff. What's in here? That's Thunder has been activated. Oh, that looks like boots. Although it looks like pants. Do I want to keep these boots or do I want to make new boots? You know what? Those boots don't look too bad. I looked at them before and I was thinking of getting rid of them, but I don't know. I'm now starting to feel a little lazier. And I think those are the pants that we have over there in Marvelous Designer. I just have to kind of tweak the boots a little bit to fit, I think. What do we have here? That's boots with no laces. That's laces. That's boots and laces. Yeah, I think I'm going to export this out as an OBJ and clean it up and use that as the starting point for the boots. These are flat, non-posed boots. Do I have a... I think that'll be fine. And now I'll refret this Genesis 9. Should be easy enough to do. We just have to rotate them like 6 degrees. Scale them up a bit. We'll delete one half and fix the other half. So let's go ahead and... Do I have any modifiers on here? Nope. I'll fix that mesh. You know what? That mesh is a good final mesh size. I'm probably going to just keep that. I think I probably have decent UVs with this. I can pack those tighter. And I'm not sure what you guys are. That looks like I manually did that. we don't do that anymore. I'll re-UV map these, though I probably don't have textures. So we'll go ahead and export those out. And we're just gonna come up here, down to here. I'll just stick it in the whip folder here. We'll call those combat boots. And export that out there. I saw some other interesting stuff in this folder. Let's take a look at what we got. I think the Grand's in here somewhere. There's a bra. That's not what we're looking for. There's more combat boots. What are the dates on these? Let's do this. Might be helpful to go with the most recent boot stuff. Ping boots. Army 2. Is that what I was just in? I think that was. So I think this is the most recent version from 2021. This is how long I've been thinking about making an army dude. Hey, there's the M1 Grand. I'm going to just copy this whole thing over, I think. because I think this is still in parts. And I might refine it and I might not. We'll see. I might detail out the receiver and stuff a little bit more. Anyway, you don't know much about if it matters, but the TV would be the most important part of the living room. Oh, okay. That actually does make a difference. And maybe we could just grab some pre-made stuff. Oh, okay. Catch you later, Dan. Anyhow, this is the grand. Are you UV mapped at all? You're actually UV mapped. This is probably close to done unless I add more detail into the receiver, make it more functional. I don't know if I really want to do that or not. Anyhow, let's save this. We're going to stick you over into here, and I'm going to contemplate. I have to dig up M1 Grand resources again and see if I want to, if it's if the extra see, that's one of those things where the extra detail, because it's part of a larger set, really doesn't make that much. There's going to be a few people who are going to want, can I can I load and stuff like that, but I don't know if they are going to, if there's enough people who want that that warrants the time it takes to model it and rig it. That's the trouble. I do have to fix that trigger. The trigger does have to move. That's for sure. You always got to have a moving trigger on a pistol. Well, you don't have to, but I do. Did I save you? I think I saved you. Yep. All right. I'm going to close you. Somewhere I've got a helmet. There's a combat shirt. We're going to redo that. There's combat pants to fit the boots. There's the boots. There is army blend. I have a sneaking suspicion this is pants and boots, similar to what was in 2. Yeah, that's just basically the boots. So look at that. Hey, there's an M1 helmet. Do I have the file for that, or I'm pretty sure I modeled that back in 2021, back when I was doing the rest of it. Oh, there's the boot blend. Maybe it was in one of those other. See, that's kind of a nice. That's a pre-posed boot. I'm going to save that. Let's get that over there. We'll put this over in here. And we're back into this whip folder. I'm going to search and see if I can find where I might have stuck this originally. I have a 1911 Colts floating around somewhere too. I have to hunt that down. And the Safari Girl had a good canteen, which I actually when I made the canteen, I was thinking I would use it on this outfit too. And somewhere I've got a buckle for a belt. Although I might just start. So the one of the first outfits that I put on sale at Renderosity was the iconic bikini set. Basically, the Ursula Andress outfit from James Bond's Dr. No. And she has a webbing belt. So I might repurpose parts of that too. It came with a knife, but I think it's like a British Marine knife. I might be lazy, might just do that. I'm not being overly neurotic, I think, about getting the details right. Let me take a look what's an army blend. Maybe I have a helmet hidden in here somewhere and I just missed it. Combat boot. We got knots. We got. There it is. There's the helmet. Hello, little buddy. I think my exports are better than this, though. But that. And we're doing the thing where we're going to put this, like they did in World War II, where a lot of the guys just put the straps over the tops. Because there was that myth that an explosion could rip your head off because it would get caught under your helmet. Let's face it, if an explosion is that, if you're that close to that powerful explosion, you're not worrying about what's your helmet's doing to your head. You don't have a head already. It's too late. Um. Anyhow, I did want to keep this, but I'm going to probably bring up the OBJs that I have with this. So I'm going to actually copy that, and we'll stick that over in here. And then I'm going to grab all the OBJs because I think that looked like for some reason it wasn't finished off. And I think I did see one of the OBJs looked good. See, there's the OBJ for the Grand. There's the helmet. Helmet M1. I think, are you like a final version? That looks like a nice final version. I think I'm going to copy those. Yeah, we'll copy that. Put that over. I need somewhere. I think I've got a clip too. I'm going to hunt that down. I've got an ammo belt started in Marvel's Designer. It's going to be kind of clunky, I think, but I need to put a clip in there. I've lost where I was going. Right there. I'm going to paste you in here. Okay, now we're just going to use everything on the other screen. I'm going to say 1911. I'm going to say blend. Because hopefully that'll turn up the blend, which is over on the M drive in the objects folder. Actually, I can just do this, right? Open path. There we go. I'm going to just copy that. Do I have a bullet in here? There might be there's got to be a bullet in here. This might be a little overly detailed, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm too lazy to just model a simpler one, so we'll just use that. Because that's the way we roll around here. What's in this whip folder? I'm in the wrong... No, I'm in the right spot. Yay. Oh, I could just do this. We'll just paste you in here. I need a holster for this, though. So we'll have to make a holster. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want new file. I wanted to just paste. All right. And I need a clip. This probably is going to give me way too many. Clip OBJ. Did I spell OBJ right? I did not. There we go. Let's say date modified. If I do that and we go down to, so we were looking at like 21, right? And one clip, there we go. I do have one. What do you know? I'm just going to copy that and move it over. Paste that. I think we'll go ahead and start seeing how the boots. I'm going to line the boots up for Genesis 9. We'll start with that, and then we'll open up Marvel's Designer and see if we can get how well we can get that fitted on the Genesis 9. And that'll probably be all we're going to be doing today. So I'm not going to save that. Put you away. What did I just say? We're going to do. Yeah, I'm going to. You know what? I'm just going to delete that. I think I saved that. Let me just double check. No, if I have to, I can rebuild. No, we're just going to save it again. Because I've already forgotten whether or not I actually saved it earlier or not. I did now that I remember it. Never mind. Anyhow, we're done. We're going to come over here and load in a G9. We're going to export that out. Actually, I don't need to export that out. I can come over to, let's take a look at the boot blend. Is that the one I wanted, or was it the Army blend? It was totally the boot blend. Okay. Are you UV mapped? It doesn't make any difference. Look at that. That looks nice. What about the rest of this? I'm going to remap all of this anyhow. I got to do a little bit of work. Okay, these aren't connected. That's what I didn't. Let me just check something here. That's the reason why I kind of wanted to do this, so that it would be a nice connected mesh. Maybe I'll redo some of this in Marvy Designer. I don't know, file open recent. Army 2. I always regretted it when everything isn't connected in a shoe. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to not connect it. Okay, we'll go back to the boot blend. And what I need to do is get this lined up for Genesis 9. Combat boot mesh. So let's. All right, we lost 2 parts. I'm gonna grab you and you. Looking good. So I'm going to just duplicate that and put it into a new collection. G9, so I know what I'm doing. Close that down, and then we just have everything in here. And do I have you set up? I have sole and upper. If I control J all of that, how's that work out? That's better. We can tweak that. Let's go to the UV editing. Kind of like that. You know what? Let's use Pack Master. We're gonna stick it in half the in half of this, and then when we mirror the other boot, we'll flip the UVs on that. So I am looking for advanced packing. We want to do a custom target box. And right now we go from 0, 0 to 1, 1, and we want to go from 0, 0 to 5, 1.5. So that's half the map. Control A. And then I just pack. Packing in progress. Packing is done. Do I need to... I'm going to apply some levels of subdivision in here. And then we'll repack it. Let me see. What do we got that? Let's back this up a little bit before I grouped everything willy-nilly. I mean, I can always back up to where we were before. Some of this has got sub-Ds on it. We're going to apply that. Do I still have levels of undo? There we go. Let's take a look. You know what? We'll just do it like this. Right click, convert to mesh. That should apply all the modifiers. There we go. That's good. Now I can just grab everything. And I'm in edit mode. I don't want to be in edit mode. I can then combine that into one object. I'm going to do a Shift A and we'll reset all the transforms. Let's get a Genesis 9 in here. Do an import, and I'll just run over here to this Genesis 9 folder. It's got one right there. So we just have to kind of fit you onto that. I'm going to repose the toes a little bit. So we're going to set up a little pose. And then, so I need to bend that down just a hair, I think. And we want to leave room up at the top so we can tuck the pants in there. Pretty close. I'm probably just going to make that a bit wider. We might pull the toe back a little bit to fit the foot a little better. And so I'm going to export this out and we're going to use it as a guide for posing the feet. Boom. Combat Dude. 50s boot OBJ. I'm not overwriting anything, am I? I don't think so. Okay, in here. I should probably rename that retro. It'll be fine. 50s boot. There we go. Oh no, I brought in everything. I forgot to do the thing. No, I forgot to just say selected only. Doi. All right, let's try this again. Did I not? Oh no, I deleted the wrong thing. All right. That's better. I'm going to go into wireframe. Actually, do I have another wire shaded? You know what? I'll just. Oh, dang it. I brought that object I deleted back in here. And I accidentally deleted the here. I'm going to try 5 and 5. And we'll tweak. Actually, we'll just kind of pull this down. I have historically posed feet in increments of 5 degrees. So if you'd like, say, 5 and a 5-degree pose with a 5-degree back, 5-degree pose on the toes to get those straightened back up again. -5 on that. Should be good. Shift Y. Right to left, so I can put that pose over on the other side. I'm going to save this as the foot pose, and then we're going to, I think my toes are probably somewhere in here, so I'm going to probably try to make the boot fit a little bit better. So we're going to save this, and actually so we're in combat, dude. We're going to save this as the foot pose since we've got it right here. Nope. Let's try pose preset. There we go. Did I not add this to my library? I did. It may not have stuck because I have the CMS off, right? Maybe that's what my problem is. 50s. So you're going to be Retro Soldier. Retro Soldier boots. Pose G9. And we just want to do the feet. So I'm going to come here, select the foot there. Select the foot there. Accept that. Should be fine. All right, we're going to tweak this. I'm going to get rid of you, and we're going to save this. And this will just be G9 foot pose. Dang it. Let's try that again. Is good. Okay, let's get that in here. And we'll make some adjustments to this to fit that a little bit better. We can pull that in just a little bit. I don't have to get it that good. Control L. Is that doing? Nope, I'm on the wrong part. That's what I want. Also, can I just does that go through? Okay, I can't see what I'm doing now. I'm going to remove some of these rows in here eventually. But for right now, and I got a little skinny row there. I'm going to make sure I grab. All right, that should be good. We'll activate a little bit of proportional editing in here. I'm going to look at you from the bottom. We'll put the X-ray on. I am not seeing. It's there, but I just can't see it. There it is. Our proportional editing's way too. There's the toe. All right, maybe we bring you around about there. Probably good. All right, let's do a little bit of cleanup in here. These are looking fine. Are you clipping a little weird? What are you connected to? Oh, I see what you are. I see you. I gotta get this edge pulled out. I'm gonna take that. So I want to get that pulled up a little bit. I'm gonna drop that down so it's clipped inside a little more. This one, I'll just pull that. I need to adjust my fall off. Dag nabbit. I, oh, you're stuck on the inside. That's why I'm not clicking on yours, isn't it? That's probably good. That's confined. You know, that's probably going to be okay. No, I got a big old hole there, don't I? I need to grab this and just bury it in here. I'm going to turn the proportional editing off on that. I'm just going to drag this into here. And then I got to grab this other edge. Where are you at? I think maybe if we grab that right there. Oops, I went too far. I want to just grab these and then just pull you down. Pull those over like that. Bury you in there. Bring you through like so. Something like that. All right, we got a little bugaboo right there. Wee bit of proportional editing. Soften that up. Let's make sure we'll do everything, not just what's connected. God damn it, come on. There we go. I'm probably going to regret this, using this. I may redo this, but we'll see. It looks kind of nice, except it's just not modeled the way I would do this nowadays. See, I got to bury this edge, and I'm not sure what you are. Oh, you're fine. See, these are a little. Are you floating high? Oh, no, you're fine. I think that'll be okay. So let's put a mirror on there. I still have a sub D on here. If I get rid of that, you know what? I don't need the sub D on here, I don't think. think I want to put a. I am going to put a sub D on DAS. So I don't need all the breaks that I'm thinking of doing. Add a modifier. Generate mirror. Probably good. Let me make sure this is UV mapped. See, we got to clean that up. I got to set my box again, don't I? So custom target box. I want that to be 0.5. Then we pack that. And then what we will need to do is over here in the mirror, we're going to open up the data and we're going to make sure the UVs are mirrored on the U. So that'll flip it to the other boot. Okay, this should be good. F5 that. I'm doing this for Genesis 9, so Genesis 9 rigging is a lot more forgiving than Genesis 8. So this probably won't be too painful. And I'm going to name this the proper Retro Soldier Boots G9. And that's an import. Again, that's an export. All right. And I think I've got a bunch of materials that are properly named. So let's get rid of you. Let's plop in. Let's just go ahead and rig this up real fast here. And that probably will take us to the end of the stream. We'll see. I'm getting, like I said, Genesis 9 is a lot easier to rig shoes for. In general, the transfer tool, it's got a lot, there's a lot of extra stuff that they added for the Genesis 9 transfer tool, which just makes it a lot easier to rig for Genesis 9 than Genesis 8. And my brain stopped. I'm importing. There we go. Are you my import? You're my import. Retro Soldier Boots G9. There we go. First part is in. All right. Where's my PowerPoint? Because I got my instructions in there. You think I would have it memorized now after the dozens and dozens and dozens of shoes I've rigged. But nope, I still always end up using my cheat sheet. So we always usually write about here. Copy currently used hidden parameters. There we go. Parameters. And we want the hidden ones from the Genesis 9. So we say currently used, and you can see those right there. I'm going to just print screen that. I'm going to copy this over here so I can remember what those values are. These ones right here, 7.1 and 8.3. Okay, I think next step is bake the joint rotations in the Genesis 9. There's the joint tool. Edit, bake joint rotations. Okay, you want to make sure you don't click off of this because you want to kind of leave that there. Otherwise, it becomes hard to find. So reset those back to 7.7 and 8.3. I'm going to double check. I think those were right. 7783. Yep. Okay. We are good there. Next step. Reset. Use the transfer tool. Boop. Select the Genesis 9. Select the boots. Don't touch anything else. All right. 0 JCMs on the shoes. Set these to 0. And I think we reverse the pose. Reverse the pose. All right, so we bent 5, so we're going to reverse that as -5 on the bend. And then we bent the toes -5, so we take this and go 5. And that fits the default foot. So Shift Y, I'll just copy that from the left to the right. Okay, we're going to export this out and then rig it again. So all of this stuff is just basically to get the shoe into a nice pose that, or into a nice shape that fits the default foot. So export that. Combat dude, you're going to be V2. Accept that. Okay, I don't actually need this. I'm gonna keep it in here and hide it just in case. We now need a, because we broke when we broke the rigging on the other one, so we're gonna get one with an unbroken rigging. And then we're gonna import in those V2 boots we just did, which are now set to be, and then I'm just gonna rig that to this on the transfer tool. This time I can choose a template. A G9, boots V2. We're going to use the footwear template. We should be really close. So we have that foot pose in here. I should be able to fit that. And if this is a little off, we can tweak the shape. You know what? I think that looks fine. So that's pretty good. Let's just double check our surface names on this. A couple of things I want to do is clean this up. We'll go editor. No, I'm in the wrong. Where am I? I'm in the surface tab. I want to be on the scene tab. Edit scene identifier. There we go. I've got the wrong thing selected. There's scene identifier again. We're going to clean that name up so that it doesn't have all this stuff here. And I'm not really doing a G8 version, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take that G9 off of there anyhow. In case I somehow change my mind and decide, you know what? Nah. And this, I don't need it to say V2. I'm going to accept that. Okay, now we come over here, geometry, and we are looking at, see, I got a little bit of garbage in there. And some of this stuff, my eyelets are all good, is that right? They look good, but it doesn't need to say 3. Lace doesn't need to say 6. I don't think I actually need the 2 uppers. I'm going to just, and this one's kind of got some weird bleeding into it. I do want to add I do want to break the sole up into different parts though. I do want a midsole. I do want to break the heel. Or maybe not. I'm thinking maybe I can live with the sole on this one. Anyhow, let's I'm going to select that and we're just going to add it to this. Then I'm going to just delete that. And I'm just going to call that upper. I may add some more materials in here later. I don't. Do I have eyelets even? I don't even have eyelets. Are those closed? Oh, they are closed. Okay, I'm going to leave them like that. Never mind. And I think we're in good shape to just texture this in whatchamacallit. Probably put a rubberized sole on here, leather, kind of leather on here, and metal for the eyelets. I think that's good. And let's go ahead and save this now. I'm going to throw the helmet in here too. We'll see how that's looking. And did I hunt down the 911 already? I thought I did, yeah. So tomorrow we'll probably be working more on this. Uh, I think we'll concentrate on getting the clothes fit, the G9. And I might think about, I have a webbing belt started. I got to find that buckle though. All right, there we are. Combat dude, people, G9, clothing, this, that. And this is just the boots, retro soldier boots. And I haven't got a product name, so use retro soldier. It should be good. All right, it is 3:58. I think I'm going to call it a day here. Thank you all for being here. And I hope you all are having a good Memorial Day. At least that's what we call it here in the United States. Hey, thanks for the alert, Dan. So let's find somebody else here on Twitch to go hang out with. Dum 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 dum. Show more. It's Amaranth. It's Pride Software. It's Art and Jest. It's that nice lady over there. I'm going down to the bottom though. I'm working my way back up. Bronto Zaver. We'll probably just raid Bronto. Um, but like I said, I'm going to go to the bottom. Acellus is still on. Hey, if you're not following my good friend Acellus Australia's Coolest Garden on Twitch. Oh no, it's an ad. There it is. Look at look at how late it is, and Scotland has still got daylight. Anyhow, what was I doing? I am looking for. All right, I'm working my way back up. It's probably Bronto Saver because I've just been raiding her a lot recently. She's a closer art friend, so I think that's what we're gonna do. She seems to be the art friend that's on. Also has a decent camera that makes it look lighter than it really is. I oh, that's probably what it is. It's probably pitch black, but he's got that night vision camera going. Anyhow, follow Dapster Dan. You on tonight, Dan? I think Charles shouted you out. I'm going to shout you out again, though. I'm going to try to remember to catch you. I always forget, though. I can remember Thursdays, but Thursdays is the day that Dr. DK, Bad Tooth Records, also streams. And that's also somebody who I have to rate a lot. So, yeah, yes, I am. I want to say you do like 8 to 10, kind of a central time. Is that it? I think you're like an hour or two behind me. And anywho, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. That's why I can think it. You're 2 hours behind, right? Uh, there you go. I expect to see everybody over there at 7 p.m. and hopefully I will be there too. So let's do this. We do have raid calls. Feel free to grab the one that applies to you. And I just spelled raid right. What do you know? I got a sub raid call. If you're a sub, you're cool. You get to use the sub raid call. And let's do this /raid Bronto Saver. She is doing portfolio work. And there we go. Hey, thank you all for being here. I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. doing more stuff, probably the 50 Soldier, unless I feel like I need to get another project moving ahead of that one. Oh, well, no excuse now. Out to the backyard. Oh, I'm sorry, Rod. Uh, and you still got another couple hours. It's like, what, one or two, oh, two or three? I forget where in the country you actually are. Well, I know where you are. I just don't know what time zone that is. That's my problem. Anyhow, yeah. thanks for all being here. Catch you later. I hope you all have a good rest of a Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the family. And hasta la vista, baby.